As in all things, technology can be misapplied, and there can be some disastrous consequences.
Wait, what? That's a thing?
This is a new thing for you. Yeah, I think they just now are uncovering research that technology might not always be a good thing. So, however, I'm very hopeful in terms of education from a number of perspectives. One is with AI, education or learning experiences can be tailored specifically for a learner. So if you've got Siri on your iPhone, for example. So you're talking to your phone, and imagine a learning Siri where you have your phone, but this AI on your phone understands the way you think because it's been learning. It's been applying some algorithms to gather data on how you think. And so when you're having problems with a particular the Pythagorean theorem, how do I solve that? It knows your learning style, and it can look for in its database of 1 million different examples, the examples that it feels or it assesses will resonate best with you as a learner. And then imagine that every time you have a little question, you've got an education assistant in your pocket. So you don't have a human that will be tired or cranky or unavailable for large chunks of time. If you have a question at 2 p.m. on a Sunday, you're not going to call your teacher, but you could whip out your phone from your pocket and say, hey, yeah, how do I solve this problem? Or whenever you 2 a.m. on a Sunday.
Right, which is much more likely.
Right. So those types of things are very capable, or those types of applications are very possible for AI based on your phone. And I was talking a couple of years ago, I was actually talking to some engineers at Samsung. There we go with South Korea again. And they were very interested in the idea of developing education-based AIs or education-focused AIs for application through their phones.
That's actually pretty amazing, because I think that you can subscribe to certain things that'll help you, but they're always done in a particular way. So if you're thinking about learning a language, for example, there's different software that are out there, there are different applications, but you have to kind of go explore and find the one that's right for your learning style, because not everything is going to work. But the idea that you could just ask a question and it knows you that well, again, it brings up some trust issues, but at the same time, that would be great.
And imagine curation of information. Right now, the information is exploding. For me, a problem is not necessarily knowing what to think, because I have lots of opinions and I think about things, but knowing where to find things. So when I was working on my dissertation, it was just a struggle combing through the literature, finding relevant pieces of information to back up my research. And if I had a device that could actually curate all the information that's out there, and I think Google is moving in that direction, where I would say, I would like all the, searches or something like this. I would like all the articles on this particular topic between these dates and time, but that's not where we could go. Rather, if I lay out what my dissertation is about and have a machine curate information saying these pieces would be particularly relevant to what you're doing, and it could adjust based on the ideas that I pursue in my writing. In other words, it scans my writing, it says, oh, you've touched on these topics, let me find you some more relevant information. It'd be much more like having a very skilled librarian as opposed to just a search box on your computer screen.
That's interesting, but okay, so I can see that it being applied to academics, but in your personal life, didn't we see on Facebook and other social media sort of that bias of you're going to get into an echo chamber at some point, right? Because at some point you're going to say, these are the types of things that I prefer to hear about.
Right.
And so potentially you'll get into your own little box and never hear about any of the other things, never get any perspective on how other people are thinking or how other people are dealing with the world.
And we tie it right back to the importance of a liberal arts education.
I think so, yeah.
Yep.